That
Yes.
said, on the bottom right corner of the grass one, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Sneaky Lemming.
And on the top left side, playing for Nocap, it is BobCao. Both players opting to go for the typical sort of wall-off with the gateway and cybercore.
Alright. It seems like Sneak is off racing because if I remember correctly, I don't actually remember because I'm pretty sure he's pretty good with all 3 races by now. I could be completely mistaken. Oh, Terran. Yeah, I was correct. It was Terran.
Oh, nice. That was actually... I was wondering because at the start there was a slight difference there in their openers, and now he's actually... This is a wall that is only 1 hex wide for Sneaky Lemming. Which... It means that, like... I think you can still block it with the shield battery block, if need be, but this is not usually how Protoss like to do it in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still block it with a 2x2 structure, but the main problem will come later in the game. If you're not doing something strange and it goes into Archons, the Archons cannot really fit through that gap, and that makes
Actually, now they can.
Oh, can
now,
they?
Yeah, because of the patch, now they actually can.
Oh.
They got slimmer. They got fat chained by the player base into going slimmer.
I thought they were still big enough to not fit into that.
They can fit into single square hex, single hex spaces. But the problem with this wall off is if he needs to go like into his main very quickly against an Oracle or something, any unit like Stalker, they're just gonna get stuck on each other and gonna be really slow about it.
It's gonna be single file unless you go for a blink and you use the Stalkers for defense. It's gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a proxy robo. Hello.
Oh, by Sneaky Lemming though.
Yeah. Well, he's sneaky. He gets scouted though.
Okay, not so sneaky anymore. The probes are fighting. I mean, this is completely luck-based right now, so both of them are
Sneaky
committing.
has the first hit. Oh, it doesn't. It was BobCao.
Funnily enough, I think the last strike, like the Sneaky Lemming, BobCao seemed to have the disadvantage, but then the random reset of the attack actually gave BobCao the last hit. So this is what I'm talking about. You can think that you're winning, but actually lose at the end.
The random delay. Alright, just focus against one. And I think BobCao is very scared at this by now, because Sneaky Lemming is not pulling off the gas pedal and is just going to commit on this very hard attack. Void Ray will shut this down unless the Stalkers manage to get some glorious connection into it.
Force field. Oh no, it's... Yeah, I mean, he has to... Wait, why does he not have a... He used it for a hallucination.
Yep.
He didn't have enough energy for a force field. Now he's actually in a bit of trouble, I think. More Stalkers on the way, and the Immortal goes in. This is gonna be GG, I think.
The Immortal is getting hammered by the Void Ray, who immediately falls, though. The probes are trying to kill the Immortal. The Immortal might die to probes. Something never seen.
Well... Yeah, that's a bit shameful there.
Well, not so immortal now, says the probe.
They're probing him.
Alright. Another Void Ray comes out of the target, but the Stalkers really have a good DPS against the armored units.
Yeah, and there's 0 army supply now against 14, yeah. The hallucination, the fact he hallucinated, I think in fact after he scouted the proxy, if I'm not mistaken, he wasted too much energy there and just couldn't actually block his ramp. And also I think the extra gateway he made was a bit unnecessary. He should have just focused on producing off of the single gate and Stargate, and yeah.
Oh well. It was a good game, very aggressive game by Sneaky Lemming.
Yeah.
Alright, Dragon Scale will be the next map, and quite surely the last map for today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-2 at best for Nocap.
That unfortunately means that we will not see any ace match, but at the same time, will be one of the few wins that PigPan has, so I'm taking it. You know what? I'm fine with it.
PigPan versus Nocap, an argument for Protoss being OP. All right, I'm very curious how BobCao is gonna react. Like PvP is a matchup that a lot of people find frustrating, uh, even to watch because it can be stressful. But I really enjoy the chaos that ensues when both players just decide to be assholes.
That's entirely true.
It's like Proxy Disruptor versus DTs.
Oh yeah, who has the dirtier cheat? It's a nice one. That said, on the top left corner of Dragon Scales, we have in blue Sneaky Lemming.
And on the bottom right corner, it is BobCao from Nocap. By the way, you can like I don't remember what the command for this is. Wait, actually, let me check this. Yeah, you can reverse them. There was a button for this where you put player 1 on the second spot, like you know, under.
Yeah, I tried
So
to remember all the hotkeys, but my brain is too small. I'm a Protoss player after all.
Yeah, like to me, it's not a big deal. Some people don't get really frustrated. Like, I can't recognize who is who.
Oh my god! Why the top player is not on the top side? I don't know.
OCD. Okay,
Right.
so now BobCao is going for double gateway expand as well. He's like, no way that I'm gonna suffer to another cheese again like this.
Yeah, he's also scouting left, right, and center. I think he scouted a little bit early because the proxy pylon should be coming sort of in a few seconds. Like right now, you should be placing the proxy pylon.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, he proxied his own pylon to try and feign a proxy himself. That is interesting.
That was really cool. I think he still was scouting, probably.
Yeah, I think he just made a decision there to try and bamboozle his opponent while also scouting. Very good use of his scouting probe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Sneaky Lemmy might be forced into some sort of defensive build because of what he just saw, but he's also hiding his own target. Oh, yeah, he's about to see it.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he's gonna see it, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, BobCao, as a typical Hearthstone enjoyer, he opens for Stalker, because of course.
Of course you do. If you have two gateways, why not? Right?
Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone opens with Stalker so often.
Alright, the two adepts are going to the other side of the map. They will not be killing the probe. They decide that at the last second.
Yeah, that was too late there.
Yeah.
A bit of umbrella after rain.
Indeed. But I think BobCao will be very ready for the possible... Oh, actually, he doesn't really have a wall ready. He walls in as the two adepts are already into main base. Things are happening, and I think somehow Sneaky Lemming is dealing some damage here. Force field.
Oh, this was actually a really nice force field there.
Oh.
I mean, still, this is a ton of damage.
6 probes going down just with 2 adepts. That's way more than he should. Sneaky Lemming though is oversaturated in his main, and he doesn't really have a natural going on yet, so he'll get behind in economy very fast.
Yeah, he's also not mining very optimally at all because of that. Going Phoenixes, we were asking like, is there gonna be Phoenixes?
Oh my!
And there's gonna be PvP
3
Phoenixes.
Phoenixes! Oh
Yeah.
my! I haven't seen that for years, as a matter of fact. This Phoenix will see the other Phoenixes and will say, oh, these are just hallucinations. Oh wait, what? What year is it?
It's like, this one is a fake. We're the real ones.
Oh,
and
God.
naturally they kill him.
And right now BobCao is scrambling his brain to try and remember how to defend against Phoenixes, because we haven't seen those in a PvP for years.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna go past the pylon.
He'll find the pylon. It's not too useful as an information so far because it cannot really contest it. It doesn't have the ground forces. What he can do though is two-shot these probes if he manages to sync up the shots with the Phoenixes.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, BobCao saw it with a pylon but didn't react, and there comes a moment where Phoenixes become very dangerous, especially since BobCao is focusing on sentries, which are just gonna get evaporated by the Phoenixes.
Now, fun thing is, we have the Templar Archive coming up right now, and High Templars and Phoenixes have a very strange interaction. Because feedback is a powerful spell, but if you miss the timing, you get 150 gas into the drain.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably... I think he was maybe thinking about going Archons, but he has gases that are extremely late. He's not going to be able to actually get Archons right now.
Nice scouting by BobCao with all this hallucination. 3 sentries usually mean that you can scout your opponent constantly.
Yeah, you're right about that. He actually is constantly scouting him.
I'm not too sure about the Warp Prism though. It just gives a big fat target for the Phoenixes, who are just trying to find any damage they can at this point.
That's true. That's actually true as well. Like, he has a lot of stuff that a lot of investments that are not getting immediate value when they very well should. You usually don't just get the Warp Prism and wait with it like this in your base. And so he's just falling behind in economy right now. He's not in the best of spots right now, BobCao.
Yeah, he's going into High Templars, and I like that, especially because of the Archons. We will have to see how they finally interact, but so far so good for both players, even though, as you were saying, I slightly favor Sneaky Lemming's position, because he has the ability to do some damage on the other side. He has a decent enough army. If his opponent goes into mortals as well, he'll have a big target to lift up and remove from play. It's always very good. Another good scout by BobCao, confirming what is happening on the other side. Actually double scouting to get all the information all at once.
Yeah, that was actually pretty... Like, he's committing very hard to the, hallucinated Phoenixes. And additionally, he also used a Guardian Shield at some point for no reason. So, if the charge lots come in, which he has charged now, the Sneaky Lemming, the sentries are not actually going to have that much energy.
Well, one is very high, but Lucina Phoenix is not what he wanted at this point. He manages to survive though. That means that the Phoenixes are able to fly home. I think these Phoenixes paid for themselves in full by now, even more than that. But the problem stands for Sneaky Lemmings when it comes to the ground army, because as cool as Phoenixes are, they're not really the best fighting unit if you have just 4 of them.
True. Yeah, I mean, probably the best thing he can do is go into the main and just dump all of his energy to kill probes. Although there is a cannon actually as well as the shield battery.
DT Shrine going up for Sneaky Lemming, getting ever the sneakier boy.
Yeah, I mean, his name speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does. But BobCao, since he has had enough of this game, as he's messing up his army, sending a few zealots across the map, and then the rest of the army on the other side, try and do a 1-2 punch to try and move the army to one side and then hit the other. If the Phoenixes were in a good position, though, they would have shut down the run by, and then the army would have been cohesive against this attack.
They actually see each other, the Zealots and the War Prism, but I don't know if they were paying attention, although the Observer goes down.
Right, the main army of BobCao has been spotted. This is a scary army to fight, and with the reinforcements of the War Prism, it will be very hard to dislodge. But Sneaky Lemming is pulling the trigger, sort of, fights against it after a while. And
yeah, he should kill.
I think he's forgotten about his Phoenixes, because he could try to do some damage on the War Prism, try to move the army left and right, and solve this situation some way or another. While at the same time,
F2? Oh wait, he's not. He's trying to kill the War Prism. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's actually worth it. I think. Oh, okay, not anymore.
Well, so long, glorious Phoenixes. I loved you.
Yeah, that was. We're not gonna see that much more
nope.
Again.
I would also love to see a few shield batteries here for Sneaky Lemmings, because he's gonna need that shield battery overcharge in a few.
Yeah, right. But is he though? I mean, he has, I think, a better army than BobCao.
BobCao is pulling the trigger though. The Zealots are going into the main base. The army is trying to do something, but it gets obliterated on the front.
Still. On both sides. On both sides does he get beaten.
The BobCao is losing lots of probes in his natural. He is losing even more reinforcements here, there, and everywhere. But the DTs for the defense are here, and the main army is about to crash into the third base of BobCao, who really doesn't have the army to defend against these many Archons.
Yeah, Zealous won't do well here. Also, like, Sneaky Lemming doing one of my most favorite things is Protoss, defensive DPs. It's just such a good defense. Yeah, and now there's nothing that BobCao can respond with. Yeah, exactly.
It's very rare that a run-by has some sort of detection, and Zealots die very quickly to DPs. Also, they get stuck into their own charge, and it gets very messy.
Yeah.
The desperate defense by BobCao. I think this is way too late now to try and defend this base. At most, you should try and cut losses, but you're also losing the main base, and that is it.
Yeah. Funnily enough, Sneaky Lemming actually sneaked in a War Prism as well into the main and just destroyed everything with Zealous there.
Well, with that, I think we're over. It was a very fast ClanWar, if anything.
Good job, boys. I mean, that was pretty convincing.
Yeah, very clean. Well, that said, let's give a big thank you to all the players, to Bullia for organizing this whole thing, for organizing both sides, as a matter of fact, and thank you, Mike, for co-casting.
Thank you as well. That was a lot of fun.
Also, thank to all who watched, and we see you next time. Bye-bye.